Hello, fellow truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we have a load of dry fruits going from Hays, Kansas to Longview, Texas. Again, I'm trying to kind of stay in the Texas area. There was a almost $70,000 load going back to New Mexico, but I really want to stay in these three states for now. It's a cool little double trailer load, which is going to be kind of nice and interesting. We haven't really had one of these, I don't even think, in this playthrough so far, so... yeah, let's go ahead, hop into the truck. Despite my protestations to not wanting to do a lot of night work, it's already after midnight in the game, and if I tried to rest, then we would be sleeping until right around 10 in the morning, actually. So I think it's like a 10-hour rest period. So I decided that as much as I don't really want to, dawn should be coming relatively soon, and we can just suck it up and drive at night for now, and then you know, most of the rest of the trip, you know, probably the second half of this episode and then tomorrow's episode, because this is going to be a 2-episode trip because it's over 600 miles, and we're generally trying to do 300 to 400 miles per episode. That makes it a decent length, so that I'm not having to talk too long, because I don't want to have huge, massive gaps in the drive that we're doing. And then B, it makes it so that I don't have to have crazy amounts of recording time as well, because I do have other games that I need to get to after this. And so yeah, you always have to keep time and things that you have to get done in your back of your mind whenever you're planning things like this out. Especially when you're like me and you are trying to get a bunch of stuff done in a short period of time, because you know you don't want to spend all day doing this stuff, and then you know I have other things to do after I'm done recording, so we can't be sitting here for 3 or 4 hours trying to do recordings and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what we're trying to get done. Unfortunately, we got a yellow light here, which is going to turn into a red light. I probably could have made that, but that's all right. We're just going to wait. The irritating thing about that whole thing, I just went ahead and left because it was stuck there. The irritating thing about that whole thing is just there was no traffic coming, so it was just an arbitrary light that changed because the game decided, oh, we need to make sure that there's a red light at some point during this process. It's like, why? Why would you do that? You're gonna just slow me down and stop me for no reason. But that's okay. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get all this done as quick as we can. We're actually gonna blow past this guy and hurry up and get through the thing here, because we have articulated trailers and they have a little bit more range of turn than any of the other guys do. So yeah, I don't even think we slowed him down at all. It wasn't a problem for him, and we're just gonna blast through here and try to hurry up and get out of this area so that we're not having to spend forever at a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. We just need to hurry up and get on the freeway. All right, 65. Sweet, we can do 65 miles an hour, and then, you know, hopefully it'll bump up to 70 maybe. That would be pretty sweet. I would really like to get up to 70 miles an hour. So, it's a kind of cool lit-up building in the distance. Don't know that I necessarily need to do too much talking to keep the recording going, though, because 75, nice. Because it's nighttime and you're not really going to be seeing very much anyway. So I don't know. I mean, part of the thing about this particular series is that mostly it's so you guys can just be kind of hanging out with me while I drive down the road, while I virtually drive down the road, and you know, hopefully there's something interesting to talk about. Unfortunately, today I am exhausted from 2 days of a couple of heavy manual labor shifts from the job, at a job where I really shouldn't be doing manual labor anyways. I have some disabilities from my military service that makes being on my feet for long periods of time and doing strenuous things with my back not a very smart thing to do. But I got it in my mind that there was a project that I wanted to get done, and I've committed myself to doing it now. So now I'm kind of stuck with it, and it requires me to, you know, be on my feet for long periods of time and put my back through strenuous stuff. So I try not to do those things too often because, you know, I want to be able to walk when I'm 70. But it's just, you know, sometimes you get motivated to do certain things that you really shouldn't be doing, and then you're stuck with it and you got to do it. The automated bright lights can be kind of annoying like this, especially when there's a bunch of traffic coming. But I don't want to turn it off. it's kind of rude to virtually shine your bright lights into. It's kind of rude to shine your bright headlights into virtual people's faces, but they are just virtual people, so I don't know. But then if I don't turn mine off, they're just going to continue flashing their headlights at me, and that can be just as annoying. So it's a trade-off, I guess. And I guess I could just turn my bright beams off. We're not really in a place where we need them, so fine. We'll just turn them off. It's annoying to watch the beams just constantly turning on and off. It's super annoying. So we have 587 miles to go. We will probably go ahead. I mean, almost certainly we're going to be stopping at right around 300 miles. That will give us a nice symmetrical place to stop. Or a nice symmetrical. It'll make it so that both of the episodes are about the same length. Is kind of what I'm getting at. So yeah, if we can, it'll mean that these episodes are probably going to be kind of short, because ideally we'd like to be doing like 400 miles an episode. That generally tends to put us right around the 20-minute mark. Even if I put cuts and stuff in, if I stop talking or whatever to pause the recording or whatever it is that I'm doing, that generally gives us about a 20-minute episode. I believe that 300 miles is probably going to put us at around 15 minutes, maybe less. So, it's all a trade-off. 600 plus miles for one episode. I would be here for over 30 minutes of recording time, and you got to manage your time. Everybody has to manage their time in the way that makes sense to them, and that's what I got to do for me. So yeah, there's that. We're exiting here and getting onto another highway. I didn't quite catch what highway that was. It went by a little fast for me, but I'm sure the road name will show up on our GPS here in a minute. Looks like we're heading into Salina. So I don't remember I'm guessing it's Kansas. I don't think we've crossed. We're on the 135. I don't think we've crossed the state line quite yet. I know we're heading down into Texas from Kansas, so I imagine we have to go through Oklahoma to do that. I do not know what part of Oklahoma we're going through, because I didn't really pay attention to the map when I was grabbing this load. I just saw that it was a mildly interesting load with a double trailer that gives us a slightly different driving profile than if we had one long trailer. So, anything to spice things up a little bit. I think that's probably a good thing. Let's continue down the road here, and we're passing through Salina, and they're actually letting me have the Discovery for once. A lot of times when you pass through these towns on the freeway, they do not give you the Discovery for it, which is honestly kind of annoying, but that's just the way that it is. I don't know if that's a bug, if that's an intended feature, or if that's a bug, or what the deal is with that, but it is slightly irritating. I had to finish off my water there, so I'm getting kind of thirsty. I was sweating a lot outside, so I am fairly dehydrated at this point. Gotta make sure I'm staying on top of that. It's not a good idea to be walking around constantly dehydrated, even though I am, because, I have certain physical issues that makes, I'm not even going to get into that. Let's just say that restroom issues have started early for me. I guess that's too much information for many people. I don't want to get graphic about it. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, I am in a constant state of dehydration, mostly because drinking even normal amounts of liquids makes me have to use the restroom a lot. Let me put it that way. So it's either be dehydrated, which isn't necessarily the healthiest option, or spend half my life in the bathroom, and I'd rather be dehydrated. I'd rather just be dehydrated. It's just my life is easier that way. I have the patience to constantly be in the bathroom like that. That's frustrating. I don't know how older people deal with it, and I'm sure it's going to get worse for me as I get older. I don't know how I got into this subject other than I was taking a drink of water, but you know what I mean. Let's move away from the uncomfortable medical and biological functions discussion and try to find something else to talk about, because that was a rather ridiculous tangent I just went on there. Let's try to find something else. We're heading on towards Wichita here on the 135 heading south. You can see from both the compass in our dash and the compass that I have mounted up in the center of the ceiling over there. I really like having that glow-in-the-dark compass over there, because even at nighttime you can see what direction you're going. And if you don't have the nice dash version available, you're able to see what direction you're heading. So I'm a big fan of that. Looks like the speed's dropping down to 60 miles an hour because we're going through a town. Not necessarily my favorite thing in the world, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Fortunately, though, this load is really easy to drive because of the additional articulation with the double trailer load, so not that I really worry about it that much on the highway anyways, but once we get off the freeway, we'll be able to, you know, maneuver around relatively easily. If we can get past this 60-mile-an-hour section here, we'll be able to pop back up to 75 and really cover some distance. Looks like we're already at the 10-minute mark plus for the recording, so and we still have another 100 miles, we still have another 170 miles to go. So I don't know. This might end up being a 20-minute plus episode if we're not able to like push through this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Some really massive interchanges in the Midwest. That was I know you can't really see it too well now on the GPS there, but there was like loop after loop after loop right on top of each other. That's probably why we had, I mean, aside from the fact that we were passing through a city or whatever, it's probably one of the reasons why we had to slow down. It's just all the all of the on-ramps and off-ramps and stuff, the merging that would normally happen in that area, even though it's like late at night right now, there would be a lot of merging that would happen there and probably need to slow down for that. So there is a toll plaza coming up. It looks like we're going to get stuck doing that. So let me start slowing down. I don't know. Am I going to have to stop, or can I just kind of roll through it? I really don't want to have to stop if we don't have to stop. Can we just roll through? All right, cool. I like it when they allow us to just kind of roll through it and not have to come to a complete stop, because getting these trucks moving again from a dead standstill is a massive pain in the butt. So anytime we can get to the point where we're I'm just going to go around and left lane this one here so he has room to get over and doesn't slam into me or something. And then, yeah, we're able to get back at the 75. Yeah, getting these big trucks here, even with relatively light loads, just because of the way the automatic transmissions work in this game, and just transmission, I guess it's just a game in general, getting the trucks moving from a dead standstill is just, it just takes forever. Like, there's actually a massive difference between starting your acceleration from like 5 or 10 miles an hour versus a dead stop. It's a massive noticeable difference from a dead stop to even just slight momentum. So I always try to get to where I'm just like not having to stop at all, because it's super frustrating. It's super frustrating when you, like, when somebody cuts in front of you, or like traffic is kind of crawling forward but you end up having to stop completely anyway. Man, that's annoying. It's super annoying. So yeah, we're going to continue on here. We still have 428 miles to go until we hit our basically halfway point. I'm hoping that there will be some kind of obvious stopping thing there. I don't know what it's going to be. We're at less than half a tank, so we're definitely going to want to try to find a gas station once we get there, a fueling station. Once we got to stop for the vehicle inspection at the nearest way station. So better start slowing down, I guess, so we can let the government have their look at the vehicle, and then we'll move on. But yeah, I'd like to find at some point. Oh man, there's trucks in front of us too. We're gonna have to wait for this. Ugh, this is annoying. Okay, we have 77,612 pounds of weight behind us, or I mean, I guess total, including the truck and everything. But my point is that we went through and did the whole weigh-in thing. So now I'm ready to get back on the road and hopefully cover this distance without too many more interruptions, because yeah, we have other things to get to today. So let's stop at the interruptions and start getting on with the covering some distance. That would be nice. Let's check and see. I mean, we should still be right around 430 miles or something, or we're at 405 miles. We didn't really cover much distance. Just spent time having to stop to do the inspection there. So, yeah. And I have my cruise control set to 75, not realizing we're going through a town here, and the speed limit is actually 65 and not 75. So, yeah, not great. Not great. We're going to move over here so we can get past this tanker, who seems to insist on driving slightly slower than the speed limit. Hopefully we can get past him and he doesn't speed up or do something stupid. Looks like he might be doing that. I can't tell. We're going to bump the speed up to 70 just so we can get past him and he doesn't do... Yeah, I knew he was going to do that. Finally start getting past him, and then we get neck and neck with him, and he decides, oh, I'm going to speed up now. That's traffic for you. Seems to happen all the time. Nice. He's getting off the freeway, so we can go ahead and get over. I can bump it back down to 65, and we can drive at the correct speed for this road. Oh, wait, the speed limit bumped up to 75. I didn't even notice it. Damn it. There's too many changing speed limits, and I was focused on the truck and not the road signs in front of me, so, you know, that's the way that works sometimes. It is what it is. We'll live with it. We'll make it happen. We have 70 miles left until we are going to seriously start looking for a stopping space. Might not even wait for 70 miles because if we find something, you know, pretty close to 300 miles and there's like a gas station or something like that, we'll stop off, we'll grab some fuel, we'll park in a parking space, and then pick up the episode tomorrow. But until we actually get in, I mean, that right there might have been the place where we're going to stop unless something else shows up in the next 60 miles, which I don't know. It might, but it might not. I wouldn't hold my breath. There's a lot of times in this game where you're going to easily go 100 miles without seeing anything, so I'm really hoping that we don't end up, you know, breaking the 100-mile barrier and going past our 300 miles that we were trying to get done. I also was expecting to get to daytime a little bit sooner. I thought the sunrise was supposed to be, you know, closer to like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, but I guess not. Seems like they're going to have it happen around 6. Got a junction with the 44 in about a mile. It doesn't look like the GPS is taking us in that direction, so hopefully we'll be able to just kind of push on through. Speed limit's dropping down to 70, so that's not the best in the world, but, you know, hopefully it doesn't go down any further than that. And hopefully some of these cars decide to get off on the exit here. I don't know. It's going down to 65 now. 35 south is what we're trying to stay at. We're going to move over because this guy here is like really slowing down hard, and that's kind of going to get on my nerves if he does that. Looks like we do have a place to stop up here, though, so I'm actually going to start moving back over because I do... Come on, get out of the way. I do want to go ahead and stop up at this fueling station up here because we are right at, you know, we're pretty close to 300 miles. That's a nice solid halfway point. We can get off of the freeway here and head over to the stuff over there. And I know we're going to end up going the wrong way to make this happen, but, you know, this is the place to stop. If I continue on in the other direction, we're probably not going to have a nice place to stop for a while. And, you know, the GPS should be able to get us back on track when we start our trip back up tomorrow. There's a big, massive fueling truck stop or something over here that I would really like to go check out and get some fuel. So we're going to do that. Let's see. I'm hoping that this is going to turn into a road that I can turn right on. Hopefully we don't smash into anybody. All right, cool. And then, yeah, I just got to wait for the light, take a right, and head into the truck stop. Okay, light's finally green. It basically turned red right before we got to it, apparently, because I had to sit there for a minute. Okay, we have to get through another red light here. Yay. I think I could have taken a right at that light and then turned... Oh, I think I had to. I think I had to take a right at that light. We're going to have to make a U-turn here. That's not optimal, but whatever. We'll turn around and make it happen. Fine. Ugh. We gotta wait at the light again. That was weird. They have part of the parking lot, like, X'd off to where you can't get in there, so you can't go over into that side, but you can come over here. So I guess that was a separate store or something like that. This is definitely a big truck stop, kind of fueling station. Oh my god, I don't know why that word would not come out. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and fuel up here. What's going on? I did stop the engine. We're gonna go ahead and fuel up here and then find a parking spot, and then that's gonna be it for today. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links in the description if you prefer to go that route, because some people do like to go outside of YouTube to help out with channels. So they're there for your convenience. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys are enjoying our American Truck Simulator series. Be sure to come back for our next load, and I'll see you then.